are with the Omega Level Nerds. Dsquare. I don't know if he ever tells you to get in the chopper. Get in it now. Come kill me. I'm here. J100.
Her.
Yeah,
she was.
I can holler at her. I gotta fight Cyclops and Wolverine to get that Jean Grey. Never mind, forget all that. I'm gonna hit up.
Right, exactly.
Jelly Rose.
But I'm very, very looking forward to a Doctor Doom that does not suck. I'm actually looking forward to more figures since I do collect them.
And Vulsker. Naked.
You know what's funny is I was about to say, could it be that Marvel Girl looks like she's trying to get Twitch viewers?
Yeah, exactly. Are gonna get real nerdy for you real nerds. That's right, it is Omega Level Nerd time. Here, with the other Mega Level Nerds, of course, J100, Vulsker, and Dsquare. We're gonna talk nerdy to you today, and boy, do we have some epic level stuff to talk about. Of course, Jelly will be back with us next week, but let's go ahead and talk about this bevy of information that we have learned over this week. I have named it Disney-geddon, or you could go with Disney-pocalypse, whichever one sounds best to you. But nonetheless, we got it, and we got it good. So, Disney fellas, they announced they've got over 52 things that they announced recently. We're not going to talk about it all. We're definitely going to focus on the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff.
That's the only thing that matters.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And what's even more amusing to me is just keep in mind, at least with the Star Wars stuff, as I go through all the stuff, all the glorious stuff that's going to be coming out, keep in mind that it was a year ago, and they were saying, meh, we're going to slow down on the Star Wars stuff. We have not seen that whatsoever, and we can thank the Mandalorian for that, and we'll certainly talk about the Mandalorian episode, believe you me. But fellas, let's go and let's dive in here. Let's talk about the Disney Plus series that Disney has announced. And right to my knowledge, I mean, correct me here, fellas, was there an event or something going on this week that made them fucking rapid shot this shit out, or what? Did I miss something?
I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea.
It was
It just popped up.
They were doing it to their shareholders. It was their shareholders meeting.
Okay.
Okay. The big gun's gonna come out for the shareholders. Okay. That's all you had to say.
Never mind.
And there was rumors that broke out
Quarter
earlier.
1, 2021.
Right, exactly. Well, all right. So here we go, guys. Disney Plus series. We all know, of course, about WandaVision. Upcoming.
That new trailer was awesome.
Absolutely.
It made it make more sense.
Yes, I agree. It absolutely
made a lot more sense. That show is not about that fucking weirdo thing she was hallucinating.
Right.
She's going crazy.
That's gonna be that's gonna be like an episode and a half.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be so interesting.
That show about to be fucking mutant zombies heavy.
Right, mutant zombie horde heavy. Absolutely.
Yeah. We're getting some zombies too. They announced at that meeting too with the What If series.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're
Marvel
not
zombies.
They're not going to be able to keep the Marvel zombies out of the mix for much longer. So absolutely with the What If. So excuse me. So yeah, we got the WandaVision January 15th release date. So that's going to be the first thing we see, which is awesome. Then we got a full trailer along with a March release date for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That looked cool.
Looks legit.
Looks real legit. I love the dynamic between those two. At first I was like, why? Okay, wait a minute. I get it. They're both good guys. It's Bucky, it's Falcon. But why? How are they this tight, this close? But then you still see they jab at each other. So like, okay, that's cool. They really
It's basically Cat brought them together,
Right.
and that's what they hold as like the middle child to them being friends.
Yeah, exactly. So awesome. Boy, Falcon looks cool. Just flying like that. Like that is so awesome.
No, I was gonna say Falcon is not one of even comic book wise is not one of my liked heroes.
Oh, D tier. D tier.
I don't even really like Winter Soldier, and I guess where they're taking him, because he was supposed to transform into the what? But what's
the White Wolf?
The
Right.
White Wolf or something like that. But they gave that to the dude in Black Panther. What's his name?
It's a Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
Guy
I
that
forgot
played
what
him.
his name was. But anyway, so I mean, like to see that their character development, is to a point where they're going to be very important staples in this phase that's coming up, and the end game. No pun intended, really, but that's the kind of the meme they made.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the leaders that hold things together. They're the part of the original crew, especially Bucky.
Right.
So I'm excited for that, just to see, because I want to see the cohesiveness of the story. So I'm excited, even though I don't really like these characters.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, like I said, D tier, C tier, D tier for Falcon in the comics. Even kind of looks goofy, but as far as the MCU version of him, Anthony Mackie, everything put together, it's just way better. And you're right, part of kind of that original saga that we can bring over into the new saga. Absolutely. And already confirmed. I mean, in the case for those of you that don't know, these shows are going to absolutely intertwine with the MCU. It's not going to be, like
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Daredevil or stuff like that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. connected.
For like the first 2 seasons,
right?
And then they went to
that's the whole
space
thing.
in the future and all that shit.
Yeah, all that shit connected. Like there was a part of like that the time travel idea came from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., if I'm not mistaken. Technically,
I know that like they tied into events in the movie, but from what because I didn't watch the show, so I'm really going secondhand here. But I do know some nerdy people that watched it. It kind of went in and out. It's like what was convenient for it. Hey, there's a movie out. Well, let's kind of
they had
tie
their own
into
plot.
that a little bit. Yeah. But then outside of that, it would do its own thing. So
like everybody dies on in Thor. Oh, but Lady Sif will come into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and she's still alive, but you'll never see her again. Like shit like that.
So it's good that they cleaned that up, though. It to me at least. I know that they were involved with the movie, but it's kind of cool that it's like, okay, everything from this point on is all.
It is the MCU, simply put.
I just think it was a little obscure sometimes in the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and other shows.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Netflix, like Daredevil, how did they tie it in? They talked about the Battle of New York. That's it. And it showed the actual shot of the invasion. That's how they tied that in. So technically, but yeah.
Oh, but we got news on that too. So
yeah, I mean, we can definitely bust into that here. I mean, so Daredevil gonna be, a part of Spider-Man.
Dude, every little fucking just a little sliver that comes out just makes me so excited for this fucking movie and what the next phase of the MCU is going to be. It's insane. And then the fact that they announced that, because we already knew WandaVision tied into Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And then now they confirmed Doctor Strange is the exact prelude to Spider-Man 3. Like it is literally coming together. that Wanda's going to go insane, cause this shit to happen, and all this fucking split of the universes, and then we're going to see it all crash together. I cannot fucking wait. Oh my god.
The way that they're telling these stories, I mean, and to me, again, especially when we start talking about Star Wars or whatnot, but like that's why I just really just enjoy just letting it ride. Like, so what if it's not comic book continuity? Comic books, the comic books aren't even all that great anyway sometimes. So and they go crazy and do stupid stuff all the time, and then DC rebooting shit every 15 seconds. You know what I mean?
Hickman's doing
I was going to say a 30
crazy
episode
shit
fucking
right now.
Right,
My favorite
exactly.
fucking franchise.
So the way that they're telling these stories is so engaging, and I think is where the medium should start going, which is the reason why I keep telling people that I'm trying to make some shit. Let's make some movies that I get to act in.
Hell yeah, man. I'd love to see that.
As much as you're completely right, though, yeah.
Universe.
The one thing, my one complaint, Jay, with this, and it's not going to be huge for me only because I'm not a huge fan of his character, but if they do end up Spider-Man 3 being a Spider-Verse and they omit Miles Morales out of the story, that is something that I think a lot of fucking people are going to be pissed off about.
I think that's the end credit scene and or a twist surprise. It's got to come. There's no way.
It has to be. Like, that would be...
yeah. There's no way.
Oh, no, after that fucking game? Oh, God, yes. Like, I want to see him.
But if they don't, I guarantee there's a reason. You got to make another movie.
I think that's Sony's ace in the hole. I think that's Sony's ace in the hole. Oh, okay, you're done working with us? Sure, we'll take our ball. Boom, Miles Morales. And it's going to be super popular. So I think...
Oh, absolutely.
Because otherwise I agree. Why would you not introduce this character into the MCU?
Well, is he owned by Sony?
As far as I understand, anything to do with Spider-Verse, Spider-Man world,
Spider-Man.
They got it.
I guess so.
Yeah, if Spider-Man as a property, however that works out, can stake a claim to a character, it's Sony's. Yeah, so yeah, more exciting shit with that, of course. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's 2 items. It's gonna be a long one. Enjoy. So we did also get a look at first look at Loki.
I was actually really excited for that. I didn't know how to feel, but it looks like it almost looks like at the end of the trailer, it's the way to bring him back into the MCU with the Bifrost opening at the end. So I wonder if this is going to basically be a way to bring him from his alternate timeline to the current. Because let's face it, like, he is beloved by people. People were so fucking pissed when he got killed and presumably gone forever.
Well, people really like the actor-character combo. Because honestly, I don't care about Loki. I mean, I don't. I mean, he did a great job in the Avengers and Thor and shit like that, but I am personally done. But in Endgame, he did get the fucking Tesseract and did disappear. So thank you for following up on that. Appreciate that. Yeah. But outside of that, I'm not. Okay, cool. But you're right. It's going to be popular. A lot of people love it. And hey, I got Disney Plus and ain't getting rid of it. So I might as well go ahead and cue that up.
Right.
Oh, can you imagine what the numbers are going to be like? Before they did this announcement, they said they just up to 86 million subscribers before
please.
This day.
Please, listen. It's over, okay?
Yeah.
Disney... So here's the thing. Disney and Netflix are the 2 biggest head honchos out there in the streaming world. They both are projected to make like $7 billion in revenue this year.
Netflix is starting to lose a lot of shit though because of all the streaming services.
Well, and they're going to lose a lot of that. Actually, they're going to lose more than that $7 billion in revenue. Disney, on the other hand, is going to keep like half of that shit because they're not paying any licensing.
Mhm.
It's all the guys. Can you tell me how many shows Disney Plus original, like since Disney Plus has come out, how many shows Disney has made that's on Disney Plus now? It's actually
Say 20, 25.
one. There's only one original show that Disney has produced and is released on Disney Plus so far, and that's Mandalorian. I mean, there's more shit coming out. I understand what you're saying, but right now, that is the basic draw for Disney Plus. One show. There may be more out there, but I don't think anyone else cares.
It's like a bunch of history, like shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
there's
watched the Marvel 616 thing on there
Again,
too as well.
it's shit that matters.
Right.
So if it ain't the
Fair point.
MCU and Star Wars, man. don't fucking-
So yeah, Disney just off
High
of their
School Musical, get the fuck out of my face.
well, hey, I'll tell you what, we're gonna say like fuck Descendants, but I gotta tell you, kids love it.
I mean, don't get me
super into
wrong, they do, but that
Mhm.
so I can get my Disney Plus today, High School Musical,
Right,
and I
yeah.
know there's like some, but overwhelmingly,
It's a good perk though.
yeah,
It's an
absolutely.
awesome perk. It's yet another reason why
Mhm.
Disney Plus is gonna be in everybody's home for
I
the
like
next 20
the
years.
Moana TV series that your kids are probably going to watch on repeat.
Oh,
Tiana,
gosh, my
Tiana,
kids probably-
they're
Yeah.
gonna flip their shit over to Tiana.
Yeah.
They love Tiana and Princess and the Frog. I like it. It's got one of the cooler villains, in my opinion. I love.
I've
fucking
never
Shadow.
seen that movie.
Oh, really? Oh, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's got a lot of good shit. I like the villain. So yeah. Hawkeye. Before I move on, and I understand. I mean, we're not going through all 52 here, but I understand we're only 3 things
Going
in.
through the shit that matters, like
But,
Jay said.
yeah. But let me ask you this. I was thinking about this as we see all this greatness, as we see Disney crush every other motherfucking HBO Max. Just you're done. You're done, son. Throw your money at Snyder Cut. You're done. Anyway, do you think Disney
The 7-day
benefited?
trial cancel.
Right. Exactly. Do you think Disney, or I guess maybe Marvel Disney, do you think it benefited from COVID for the fact that Endgame came out, the end of this major story arc, and yes, I understand Homecoming came out after that and is officially part of that phase, but nonetheless, that phase is done. We're starting a new phase, which was supposed to start in 2020 with Black Widow, which we still haven't seen, WandaVision, all this shit. Do you think they've benefited from the fact that they've had this year where they basically said, fuck it, we're not releasing anything? So boom, 2021, 2022, that's why we have this plethora of just potential masterpieces coming out, because we basically had to pause everything for 2020. Do you think that benefited them because we really got a good chill out period after the last major story arc of Marvel? Or do you think this would all be coming anyway?
I think a mixture of both because, unlike people like us, like there are people that are saying they're burnt out over superhero movies. I'm not. Like me and you can see New Mutants, which we
Yeah.
thought would be potentially shit because we wanted more comic movies.
Yeah.
But then I think not having to talk about it or worry about it, Feige probably had all the time in the world to go back to his mad evil lab and go, what the fuck do we want to do next?
Yeah, what do we want to...
Oh, we announced last year that the next 3 years, you know what? Let's add 20 more fucking products onto that phase. Like,
Yeah.
I think it did a little mixture of both.
Yeah, I think so too, although that's kind of sad, but yeah, I think I think it helps shrug off some superhero fatigue. And since Disney's set up, go ahead, sir.
That Endgame was heavy.
Yeah.
And what actually was transpiring and what was left. And again, I mean, I don't know what people are watching when they watch these. They just watch Red Man go boom. Like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, fine. But I was talking to someone. I was talking to 2 friends. So I was talking to one friend, and I was like, I was explaining to her that what Disney was coming out with and what they were talking about, with Star Wars, with Marvel, whatever. And I was like, basically, just shits that's gonna make you stay at home all the time, like
Yeah.
you can be living on your couch.
Yeah.
Then I was talking to another friend about the MCU, and again, I think people should watch the whole gambit of content that's out now,
Mhm.
including the shows, in chronological order.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it you have to do like in with the Star Wars Clone Wars animated show and watch it the way in chronological order, which is all over the place because they broadcast them weird.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do that, then it makes the story a little more succinct instead of just these movies all over the place. And then when you understand what's going on in the story, like it's massive.
Yeah.
So I think that if you were getting superhero fatigue, I guess I would be included in that, even though I'd be willing to see some more. A break was good for you. But if you weren't fatigued, I think it'd be in your best interest to spend a little bit of time that's left and figure out what is really happening, because what was happening around like the meta in where the MCU took us already,
Yeah.
it was building up to this. And so you'll see these things. Oh, they were talking about that, and oh, that part right there, and oh,
Yeah.
that was kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Hopefully people do, but that is why, to me, I think it they didn't want to move that way. They wanted to keep going. That's why you had the Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to end up working out in their favor
Mhm.
that there was the break, because
Mhm.
again, they could tie up loose ends and make sure things are a little bit more polished. And now
Yeah.
that things are going to be at home, we're approaching uncharted territory when it comes to how things might be received. Well, how is the money going to flow? How are our contracts going to be? Things such as that. So there's a lot that goes into it that I think they're just playing by ear and trying to take real slow.
Yeah.
And now that we're about to get the onslaught of movies coming up, we'll see where it goes. And the best gauge of that obviously is our support. So if we want more, we're gonna have to support it when it comes out. And oh God, as much as I ideologically don't like this shit, how much money you want, Marvel?
Right. I know. I know.
I mean, that's exactly like that's perfect, because going back to like what you opened up with, us supporting as fans the Mandalorian, show Disney that, look, if they take their time and actually craft what people want to see, don't just focus on Jedis. Like, we have a whole expansive fucking universe.
Yeah.
Dive in and give us fresh content. People are going to eat it up like no fucking other. And look, now what happens? Oh, this works. Well, let's try this. Let's try. Oh shit! Like,
Mhm.
oh, Christmas coming. Everybody wants a little Grogu's. So,
Yeah, it really did. It really taught whoever the powers that be, like, whoa, they really like this shit. Like the whole thing. Okay. Give me that book. Yeah, with
And
that cool
Vulture
fucking
talking
crate
about
dragon.
Grogu before Christmas. I never thought about it like that.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Oh, that marketing executive is getting his dick sucked right now. Right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure.
Grogu before Christmas. Oh,
Right. Right
man.
before. Yep.
and correct me if I'm wrong, that happened last year, wasn't it? Where Jon Favreau hid that Baby Yoda would be in the series because they didn't want to screw shit up. Like, it was a surprise. Like, they had to delay the toy making and all that because
Sure.
they did not want to release. So it's
Yep.
insane.
And so yeah, all these calculated moves, and we'll get back to the content here. I'm gonna make one final point. We'll get back to what else is coming, but I find it ironic that not only do they have these strategic moves that are just awesome, but HBO Max or Warner Brothers, however you want to picture them, they've unwittingly softened the market. Well, they did that to themselves, so everyone's all pissed off at them. But that really, it puts that idea out there so you can get used to the fact that, hey, movies aren't going into theaters anymore. And so Disney, who is set up to take advantage of that the most, isn't even the one that has to spearhead that sort of shit. Their competition, put themselves in front of a punch that they would otherwise gonna take.
Yeah.
So, and again, I'm sure that's coincidence, but boy, they just can't lose right now.
No, like, it's fucking insane. And before anybody haters want to talk shit, I love Batman and DC and Warner Brothers. I'm excited for half those fucking movies. But when you have a company come out with the fucking punches like Marvel and Disney did the other day, and you can't even fucking get Batman right anymore, game over. They literally are going to have to pull the fucking rabbit out of the hat, or I could see AT&T DC is going to be gone in the next year or two. Simply put,
Marvel will own Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the fight. Yeah,
and then make good movies, and then I would actually be a Batman fan.
Yeah, don't get me excited here.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to wait it out like I did with the X-Men. Of course, I still don't see anything X-Men related on this list, but nonetheless, fuck me, I guess.
Not this phase. That's next phase.
I told you, what I was talking about with WandaVision. And
Yeah,
all that
you're
shit.
right.
I think they're gonna throw that little Easter egg about the mutant gene, and then the snap, and all of it's gonna come into play, and then guess what?
I agree, but I just figured we'd get a Hulk versus Wolverine something.
We don't even have a fucking Black Widow release date. We have release dates for these shows next year that were filmed after the damn movie.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. That is strange. That's a good point.
Oh, Christmas surprise Black Widow, I guarantee it.
That's what it seems like.
To go against Wonder Woman.
The problem with that, though,
that's gonna make you not even want to go to the theater anyway. Who cares? It's right here on Disney Plus right now. We got the family, everybody here. Let's watch Black Widow right now.
I guess that kind of robs Scarlett Johansson of, her starring role in a, big screen.
Yeah.
If I know anything about my boo, she's
cool.
not tripping.
She's cool. Okay. All right.
She's not.
All right.
God, she's so sexy.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So
yeah, we got Hawkeye, late fall 2021. Or at least the female version, his daughter.
I think she looks really cool. I'm glad they made it official. Like, I actually think she can do a real good job after what she's done in Bumblebee and shit.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier the What If, so that's going to be an animated series from Marvel Studios that features voice acting cast of many Marvel Cinematic Universe stars. So that's going to be coming out.
Look at that. They're making a fucking What If animated show using big name actors reprising their roles. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
You don't get that shit with DC. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Kevin Conroy, but I would thought it'd be.
Who would you want to be Batman?
I mean, even just like at the point Christian Bale when he was big, like now, I mean, I definitely don't want a fucking Robert Pattinson.
Speaking of,
where is she? Oh yeah, that's his. Where is she? I'm sorry, Vulsker. Your superhero is just trash.
I would have loved like Heath Ledger as an animated Joker. I think that would have been fucking awesome.
That'd be a good animated Joker, but Mark Hamill is the best.
Oh, absolutely, fucking absolutely. Conroy and Hamill. Woo.
You mentioned Christian Bale.
Ooh,
He's gonna be Gore, the God Butcher. Let me make sure you aren't ready for Gore, the God Butcher. That's not just a scary euphemism.
I don't think we're ready.
That is a true description. Okay? This motherfucker will fuck like old man Thor up, or not old man, Odin, whatever, King Thor. He would fuck him up.
Wasn't he also like dubbed the old god butcher as well? Like everything with God, it's been thrown with butcher in all of his nicknames.
Well, and Vulsker, guess who he is tied to? You probably don't know
You talking about
this.
his little sword that he steals from Null?
From Null, that's right. That's right. Null, of course, who just landed on Earth recently, had a big fight. The X-Men were involved. I didn't get that issue, so I actually didn't see that. But cool. Hey, that's still cool that you can still count on the X-Men, even when Null, the god of symbiotes that just covered your whole planet in venomous goo. Anyway.
Didn't work out. We'll talk about that, but didn't work out right.
So yeah, that's pretty fucking major. And boy, Marvel has, or Disney, Marvel, whatever, Feige just has the biggest balls and greatest ideas.
Well, here's another thing too we got to talk about. So not only is it tied to Null, but that sword is symbiote. So that means technically, if they do his sword right, the symbiote will officially be MCU.
Absolutely.
Which ties to another rumor that Tom Hardy is secretly being signed on for Spider-Man 3 as well to play Venom.
I still have a sore spot about that myself, that whole Venom and how that went down. I do.
It's literally like a Blade movie. It's a 90s campy MC or Marvel movie that had no rights to anything that's pre-existing. Like that's really what it is. And I enjoyed it that way.
I forgot to watch it.
Well, it's pretty. I mean, I hear it's entertaining. I don't get the Venom.
It can't be a shit.
Where is it? HBO Max?
I couldn't even tell you. It's a Sony thing. It's nowhere, right? I mean,
I don't think it's on. Yeah.
It's on.
No, it's not even on Sony's because Sony owns Crackle, and it's not on there either. No, you have to run it.
I nigga ain't even on Crackle. Jeez.
It made a shit ton of money. Like it made almost $1 billion, even with reviews like shit.
So Christian Bale is gonna play Gore the God Butcher. That's just amping shit up.
God. Can we get his outburst from Terminator as him killing God?
Sure.
I guess.
I'm Null, the symbiote
it's on
god.
Hulu?
It's on Hulu? Oh, okay. I have Hulu.
Oh, it's on a Disney streaming service. Oh, Voodoo. Oh, yeah, you have to.
Voodoo. That's a Walmart thing.
What?
Yeah, that would be that would be funny though. I'm Null, the symbiote god. Oh, good for you. Christian Bale.
My God.
All right, well, some
I'm
other
in character.
Yeah. I swear I listen to that every couple months. Other cool shit that's coming out, and this is actually probably pretty well timed, especially since it's been a year. But yeah, heavy shit went on Endgame. We lost Tony Stark. Well, now here we are. They did announce Ironheart. It's gonna star Dominique Thorne. So
that's fucking sweet. When I saw that, I got hyped. I was like, all right, well, here's our new Iron Man.
Yep, we're ready for it. Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. And then we got Armor Wars, right? That's going to have Don Cheadle.
How the hell's that going to play out? Because isn't it about, like, his nightmare? And if we don't have Tony Stark, like, I wonder how they're going to play off of it.
There was some suggestion of Justin Hammer. Say Armor Wars, which examines one of Tony Stark's biggest fears, stars Don Cheadle, who is reprising his role as Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes. And that, I mean, yeah. Wonder if it'll cross over with Ironheart. And then this is really interesting. A Secret Invasion. So that was also announced. The previously rumored Nick Fury led series. Nick Fury-led series that will see Samuel Jackson reprise his role as the S.H.I.E.L.D. director alongside Ben Mendelsohn's Skull shapeshifter Talos. Don't have a release date for that yet.
That gets me more excited because don't get me wrong, I like Samuel L. Jackson and I would have watched a Nick Fury show, but it being Secret Invasion and one of the more popular story arcs in the comics, that makes it a little bit more exciting. Because that means anybody can pop in and out of the fucking show.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, at least they're a clone of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. By the way, I'm looking at the Verg.com.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know. Marvel Studios and Chief Kevin Feige also gave some casting updates on the already announced Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel. Notably, Tatiana Maslany will play the lead role in She-Hulk, with Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner also said to appear, while Miss Marvel star Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan will appear in Captain Marvel 2. Feige noted that the shows will continue to interweave with the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe. We touched on that.
Don't forget Abomination was confirmed to also be a villain in She-Hulk.
Yes, that's going to be cool.
Tying it back to Edward Norton's.
Yeah, I appreciate that too, because he literally just was kind of like, okay, put him away.
Are we going to get a Red Hawk?
I want Marvel to apologize to Edward Norton.
For taking away the role or not recasting him?
We're not going with a more story-based Hulk movie.
Gotcha.
The way he wanted.
Yeah. Probably would have been a better.
It would have been way better. It would have made more sense. And the She-Hulk would have been better. Even if they recasted him, a Hulk movie would be something that they could have added to the repertoire, which would have made more money. But they got to do it through She-Hulk because they fucked it up already.
Yeah. I don't even think they have the rights back yet, right? Universal still has the Hulk rights for the movies.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's why they made the movie in the first. Oh wait, really?
Marvel owns the producing rights, but Universal owns the distribution. So that's why they can't do a full-fledged Hawk movie anymore unless Universal gives them permission.
Well, so that's why they shouldn't have fucked up in the first place. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, just buy Universal. That's coming next, yeah.
Right.
And so Marvel Studios also working on a Guardians of the Galaxy special, holiday special, for Disney Plus, due out in 2022. It's going to be directed by James Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
It will film alongside Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is also directed by James Gunn, and set to release in 2023. So it's going to be a while before we get another Guardians of the Galaxy. But we will get an I Am Groot, which is a series of short films starring, you guessed it, Groot.
You know, D, I have to ask you this.
Okay.
I asked it already, but I'm going to ask you again. How does it feel to have a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas movie before you get anything X-Men in the MC?
Yeah, it feels pretty shitty. I mean, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But what can I say? Hats off to James Gunn and them bringing the Guardians of the Galaxy from very, very obscure to, right, my kids, X-Men who? But
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, actually my kids are pretty good with that. Beta's been watching me watch some stuff.
And more power to him, because that's one of the reasons that they ended up rehiring him again, was because how talented of a writer and director he is.
Yeah.
So, to make them reverse course and actually allow him to not only complete his trilogy, but then give him a Christmas special, a big budget fucking Christmas. Oh my God, we could get Star-Lord with a dick in the box.
I mean,
that would be great.
That's right there. That's what happens when you fuck somebody over, and it was a mistake.
Yeah.
No, I
at least in his case, unfortunately, there's a lot of cases that don't get the opportunity back.
Oh, like Johnny Depp.
Like a lot of like a lot
Right.
of. Today, this day is all about. I'm going on a tangent here. I'm sorry, but yeah, today it sucks because basically, all anybody wants or care about is the snapshot. And if you do the snapshot and you can create the negative narrative around the snapshot and you sell it to everybody, then boom, not considering everything else around it. We're just going to make that snapshot. We're going to take out the contents, and we're going to sell that this is a bad. It's just bullshit. I don't get it.
Mhm.
I know I'm a boomer and all, but come on, we should take the whole thing into account and understand context. But anyway, so yeah, fuck me, no X-Men. But we got Groot. As far as other stuff goes, Feige, of course, we've talked about this already, confirmed that they're not going to recast Chadwick Boseman as King T'Challa. But we are getting the Black Panther 2. It is going to be directed by Ryan Coogler and is still set for July 2022. A third Ant-Man film, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So that is officially in development. Peyton Reed
Huge.
will direct. I actually haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I've been meaning to watch it. I'm not saying I don't like it or I'm not interested. I just something I did not get to and need to. But nonetheless,
That my Voodoo account I gave you.
isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's just on Disney Plus at this point too.
Yeah, that too. But yeah.
No, I've got no reason to not have watched it. Paul Rudd returning, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer. That's all cool. I do like how they incorporate the old dickhead Hank Pym Ant-Man, but he's not
I like
the
how
focus.
they did it because people remember you were one too that was not happy that they were going straight to Scott. You were like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, I was, but I understand it now though, and I've reversed my position.
The way they did it was genius.
They did it well, and I could understand them because Hank Pym is a dickhead. I mean, like super much so in the comics, and he's still kind of a dickhead in the movies, and so I like that. Oh, okay, he's kind of the old crotchety Ant-Man. I like that. I like him being, I like him being there, but then we have Scott Lang, who we can actually, okay, great. He didn't hit his wife in the comics, So yeah, I like all that. Major though, Quantumania is going to introduce Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror.
One of our first huge major villains now for the new wave.
Just in case we invent time travel, I just want to create this real quick just so I can send it back to my younger self. We're here, baby. Listen, these movies are awesome. These Marvel movies are great. You're going to have to wait a little bit for the X-Men. But hear me out here. We're talking about Kang the Conqueror being in a big screen movie as well as Gore the God Butcher. We're here. All this wacky shit is now in the movies. Okay, anyway. This is awesome. I fucking love it. And then we have Doctor Strange. We've talked about this a little bit already. And the Multiverse of Madness is going to tie into both the upcoming WandaVision and the Sony and Marvel's third Spider-Man movie. Of course, confirmed Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in the still unnamed Spider-Man movie.
Remember there was rumors like a year ago that Cumberbatch was going to be recast. He didn't want to do the role now. Now he's getting like a whole fucking multi-movie arc by himself. It's insane. I love it.
Yeah, no, that would be horrific.
I don't remember that.
There was rumors that he was leaving. He wasn't going to be here. Then they announced 2, and then now, like, yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, that's good because that would be horrible if we had to recast Doctor Strange at this point.
No, please don't.
And then to round us off on the big Marvel stuff, of course, a new Fantastic Four movie has been announced. So we are just awaiting for castings to drop there.
We all know who we want.
Right? Well, who was that guy's name? John Krasinski, right? We want him as Reed Richards.
Him and what's her face, his wife.
His wife. Do you want Doctor Doom in this movie as the villain? Do you just want him in the movie introduced?
Introduced.
Isn't that one arc? What was it? The one The one where they all go to Doctor Doom's fucking like, universe world, and he's killing all the universes.
Oh, that's Secret Wars. Yes.
Yeah, isn't that where they're going anyway?
There
Could be.
they have
Or like if Fantastic Four were to even come in, it would be the next phase anyway, or
right.
near. You know what I mean? So I thought that they would do like a Secret Invasion arc that would lead to Secret War, which would then at that point be the Justice
Gotcha.
League.
Secret
Apocalypse.
Invasion is really doesn't have anything to do with Secret War. Secret War is like totally wacky. At least the last one. It's basically this god that just says, "Hey, I want to, see all these people fight." The last Secret War happened because all of Marvel's universes were converging on one another, and Doctor Doom somehow, this is how cool he is, that that same god, the Beyonder, well, he went to the Beyonders and took their power. And then he also got Molecular Man, which is like another god level being. And yeah, that's how all these these different countries on the earth, in the Secret Wars, all that, it's wacky comic book stuff. But hey, we're gonna see it because I've heard the same thing, that they're edging towards Secret Wars. So yes, we would need to see Doctor Doom here at some point because he's a major part of it. In fact, Secret Wars is really a Fantastic Four story. I mean, in the end, it's Reed Richards versus Doctor Doom, and then it ends with the Fantastic Four basically creating these universes now because because Miles Morales offered him a sandwich. He decided to go with that crew instead of. That's right, Miles Morales basically saved the fucking universe. Okay, y'all don't know that, but
the original Secret Wars is also where the symbiote originally came into play.
The first Secret Wars, right? Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're gonna need to see him at some point, and I know Jellie, if she was here, would be excited to have a Doctor Doom that doesn't suck. So here we go.
In Feige, we trust.
Absolutely. All right, now I know we're deep into it, ladies and gentlemen, but
that's what she said.
Yeah, that's right. Gladly so, because let's talk about a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
So we all know the Obi-Wan series is coming out, starring Ewan McGregor. We've talked about that, but there's going to be Disney Plus is getting 2 Star Wars shows, both spin-off of The Mandalorian. So we're talking about Rangers of the New Republic, which should be interesting. And
was the one that was rumored with Cara Dune was rumored to be like the head of the Ranger of the New Republic show.
That's it. Okay, so we've talked about Gina Carano and what aspects of her we like and what we don't.
The way the light hit the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. But she's not a good actor. She's a good physical actor. Physically fighting, awesome.
She's working on her face. It's her face, really.
Jackie was saying when we watched The Mandalorian this week, she's like, I hate the way she gives her lines. And she's right. They are cyborgish. But she plays people that, Cara Dune is a fighter, Angel from the Deadpool movies was a badass mutant.
I won't sweet talk you. I'll just beat your ass and say words. Like, that's really what it is.
But outside of that, I don't know. Oh, maybe she, hey, more power to her. But I'm just.
Hey, I would love
they're going
to
a little
have
hard.
More Mayfield and Cara Dune scenes. Like, come on.
Yeah. I just, I don't know when she talks, but okay. But hey, I'll take. I mean, hey, all more power to her. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. But Ahsoka. We talked about that. Here we go. Series is a go.
Now, I read a rumor that, and what's her face? I had her name in my head, but she just needs to be Fire Kennedy. mention that there will be a huge crossover that brings all three shows
Yes.
together, which people are thinking that it's going to be Thrawn.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta watch Emergency Awesome. Thrawn is
Yeah.
like already. Thrawn is happening. They're just releasing that shit later.
Nice.
There's no way. There's no way. There's not. Thrawn is too big of a character that
Yeah.
was created
Mm-hmm.
and Disney's holding on to as canonical, that it's going to make the sequel trilogy make more sense. And this is like, everybody that just shits on the sequel trilogy is just gonna have fucking their foot so far down their fucking throat, it's gonna be foot porn.
Yeah.
Because like it's all gonna make sense. It's literally all making sense right now if you were already paying attention. And just to see these things just slowly be uncovered is amazing. On top of the fact that, like, I want to know what happened during the time period that things weren't going down.
Yeah.
And they're showing it. And it makes it even just a better story.
For sure.
I love it.
It is. It's awesome. Star Wars: The Bad Batch. So that's going to be an animated series about the Bad Batch clones. They're in the season 7 of the Star Wars Clone Wars. So yeah, they're coming. And you knew that you knew, even watching it, you're like, oh, they're setting these guys up for something. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to get Star Wars. Let's see, Star Wars Andor, starring Rogue One's Diego Luna. So that's going to be coming
pretty
to
cool
Disney
to Rogue One. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And after we're done with these lists, like I said, I want to see what everyone's like favorite thing was and then least favorite thing was. So we'll maybe come back to that. The Acolyte, a new Star Wars series helmed by Russian doll creator Leslie Headland. It is set in the High Republic era. So I thought this was only going to be comic books. But here we go. We're going to get a High Republic era show coming to Disney Plus. That'll be interesting. Hayden Christensen is returning as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So that's cool shit. A Droid Story, a new project for Disney Plus, will feature a new hero alongside R2-D2 and C-3PO. Star Wars Lando is a new event series coming to Disney Plus. Star Wars Vision is an upcoming anime anthology series coming to Disney Plus. Then, as far as movie goes, we have Patty Jenkins, director of Wonder Woman 1984. She's going to be directing Rogue Squadron, which is coming out in December 2023. And then Taika Waititi. He's going to get his own unnamed Star Wars show. Yeah, I can't never make that joke. I'm sorry.
That didn't even faze me. Yes. You want to know who his producer is?
Who's that? Who that?
It's going to be none other than Mr. Jon Favreau.
Shit, yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, they got it on lock. Him and... Yeah. So awesome. So... And there's a bunch of other stuff that they announced, but that's the gist of all the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff. So, Omega Level Nerds. We're going to start with Vulsker, go to Jay, and then to myself. What are you least excited about out of all these announcements? Vulsker?
About the ones we talked about, or just any of them?
The ones we talked... Go ahead, whatever. I mean, I guess I don't want you to pick like something totally lame that's already lame, but I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess looking at some of the Star Wars thing, like the Bad Batch, and I haven't watched the shows, the cartoons, so that doesn't something that really interests me. Lando would be cool. I'm not huge on the character. I'll still watch it. And I'm just nitpicking here, trying to find something that I'm not excited about. Other than that, the only other ones that really threw me off were like, was it fucking they're making an animated Buzz Lightyear movie about the character that Buzz Lightyear, the toy, was based off, with Chris Evans as the voice actor. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What? Like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, at first I had that kind of reaction, like, oh, Buzz Lightyear, but not Tim Allen. This is preposterous.
Right? I was like, what the fuck?
But,
What?
I mean, it's not, but I get it. It's not actual Buzz Lightyear, the toy. It's a real
The
Space
character,
Ranger.
yeah.
So I get it. And I don't think Tim Allen's really popular right now. So, so I get it. But you're right. If it was like Toy Story 5 and we're changing, I'm like, oh, wait, don't they already have a Toy Story 5? There's so many of them at this point.
No, 4 just came out.
4, okay. Lost count. That'd be different, but I get it. Jay, out of all the stuff we talked about, whatever, what are you least excited about?
Not to copy Volsker, but some of like the Rangers, I know that's going to connect to the story, but I don't care about the Republic. And it's not that I don't care about the clones, it's that in the meta of the story they don't care about the clones. So I guess like in a way that's like a reason why the Bad Batch would be like a good show or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just the whole idea of the clones and the way they get used, and how the Jedi are just like, oh well, I guess we'll just keep them. You're like, that's I like the bigger philosophical meta of Star Wars, not necessarily, especially the actions of most of the players in it.
Yeah,
but that's really about it, though. Yeah.
Okay.
That's really just nitpicking. Like, you really have to think about it.
I don't.
Well, I tell you what I think. What I'm least excited about is the, and like you, I'm going to kind of group them here: the Star Wars Andor, the Rogue Squadron movie. I'm just, to be honest with you, Rogue One was cool because of the scenes with Darth Vader. And it was really neat to see what the destruction of the Death Star looks like when you're on the fucking planet that just got hit. That was actually fucking cool. Outside of that, and so to see that continue. But I could be completely wrong, though, because I do get fucking pumped up about, like, X-Wing starfighters and shit. But I don't know. I just being truthful with you. Okay, and then so let's pick the top excitement. So Volsker, we'll start with you again. What was your top thing?
That's hard. I'm looking going over through here.
There's a lot going on, a lot of good stuff.
I would probably have to say the top announcement would probably be the connection of Doctor Strange 2 with Spider-Man 3.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Ironheart.
Good.
Hands down.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I'm so excited for that. Not only is Hayden Christian going to be back as Darth Vader, but Darth Maul is going to pop up somewhere. I'm just, it's going to be great. Obi-Wan is, of course, one of my, really, if not, he's like my favorite Jedi, to be honest with you. Him and Yoda kind of are close, but Obi-Wan was, he was really about that life. And so I'm really excited.
I have the high ground.
Try to tell him, but he wouldn't listen. All right, so there you go.
He's back.
Yeah, that is really, really awesome.
He's such a just those two back on screen together is going to be really awesome. And just Ewan McGregor, I think, is a very underrated actor.
Yeah.
Like and I know for a while he was kind of in the negative with how he divorced his wife and all that personal shit. But like even in Doctor Sleep, like he was fucking awesome. Like I think he needs to be used in more movies.
Agreed.
Let's write him.
Like as a what was it? He was a gay evil or gay black mask in the Birds of Prey movie. I fucking
Right.
thought it was hilarious. It like him as a villain. That shit needs to happen more often. So
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. More of that shit. All right. All right, guys. So I'm going to move our whole Jar Jar is not the worst Star Wars prequel character back again. Because I want to make time to talk about The Mandalorian a little bit.
oh yeah.
Before we get into Vulsker's Cyberjunk 2077 review.
Misa wanna talk about Mandalorian.
There's not, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about it. I can only just express how fucking cool it is. Just fucking epic. The Boba Fett and the Mandalorian are just running around
Ripping and
doing
roaring.
shit. Running around in Slave One. They launched them 2 TIE fighters at that thing. I was watching it with my wife. I said, those 2 TIE fighters are fucked. So what are you talking about? I'm like, watch. Sure enough. One little concussion. Boom, boom. They're done. You know? He's fucking... And maybe I'm geeking out more over the ship than anything, but, you know, he's running right up to an Imperial Star Destroyer, completely undetected. Like, please understand, Slave One, which base model is a fire spray, is heavily modified and upgraded. It has been doing so for in the series, for in the universe, like 30, 40 years. That is a fucking cool ship. And it was the first time, because the one thing I hated about the fire sprays, or particularly the Slave One, is I hate how you like almost have to like sit on your back. You know, you're not upright until you get in the air. And that may still be true for the cockpit, but I never seen the inside before how it
room?
rotated.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that makes so much
Like
more
a gyro
sense now.
room. Like
Right. I'm like, that's fucking cool. I bet you 99% of people watching this don't even fucking realize how cool that is. He painted, and Boba Fett painted his armor. It's fresh coat of paint. Mando's calling him Fett. Hey, Fett. That's what we used to do in football. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about groups of people. Also, you just divulge it to, you know, hey, Daniels. Anyway, nonetheless, they got that relationship. I don't know. Just fucking great. And then Bill Burr's character, right? Oh, so fucking deep. So fucking deep, man. People ain't, I bet you people just, oh, that's cool. So fucking deep when he's talking about Empire, Republic. You just, both of you guys are on native people's land. You're both fucking invaders. I'm like, how good of a point is that?
They took like a complete one-liner, one-dimensional character and literally added layers of depth to him.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking glorious. 38 minutes, and that's it. It's the worst thing about the episode or the show, that we only get a half hour.
Sure.
So anyway, that was the last.
Yeah, such
that
a
was
great
the last
episode.
Mandalorian episode.
Well, you forgot one huge fucking thing.
Oh, tell me about it.
This single-handedly shows what somebody would do to somebody they see as a child. At what fucking line they will cross, no matter what their beliefs are. And they did some perfect foreshadowing with Mayfield when he was like, you all sit there and follow your lines until shit gets messy. And then when that happened, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Also, throw those rumors. There it happened. What the fuck?
Right. All those rumors, and they can't be. So, spoiler alert, I guess I should have thrown it in there. Hope Jellie hooks us up when she does the video. But so yeah, Mando Din Djarin takes off his fucking armor and takes off his helmet. And yeah.
And the way he did it too, do you notice like how his acting, how awkward he made him feel? Like
Sure.
you could sense like I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Like
But
and
he did it.
just
He likes Gorgru.
I
He
saw
loves
this
him.
meme that was like, you know, the Mandalorian has to have back surgery for carrying the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
And
right.
you know, ha 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 ha, funny, ha 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 ha. But then, like, I don't like that because this is what Star Wars always was. You just had to use your imagination.
or go into
Because
other
we didn't
mediums like comics and shit like that.
Yeah, or the games or like whatever, you know, even with the lightsaber battles.
Yeah.
The reason why, like, and for people that want to shit on the prequel, okay, well, that means you're gonna have to fucking ignore all the lightsaber fights, all the force, you know, powers.
No, they might as well not even watch the Obi-Wan show then if they're going to shit on the prequels, because that's literally a prequel right there.
Right.
Well, what's
So,
funny?
I mean, Mando is getting deep. It's turning into something good, like something. What I mean by good is like philosophically. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how deep this episode actually was. This was a very philosophical episode.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving it. I don't know. This one's got me pretty speechless, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, like even like I was mentioning with Burr's character Mayfield, just like that scene when he's just, you start to see why he is the way he is, and the guys, the officer's just feeding, oh, I did that. He's just, you could see in his eyes, like, you just fucking killed all these people for no, like,
and,
it's
and
a
Bill
very
Burr with his delivery. Oh, is that good? Huh? Is that good for them? You know, I'm like, yeah, get him. And then, of course, he Han Solo'd because Han Solo shot first. Boom! Just took him. But yeah, Bill Burr. Oh yeah. So yeah, there you go. There's our review. So pretty.
he needs to come back.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about Bill Burr? Hated Star Wars. Hated it. Didn't get it at all.
Good job.
But then exactly. Then, well, Jon Favreau approached him and said, "Hey, I want to put you, you know, in the show." And Bill Burr was like, "Well, you know, I've been goofing on Star Wars for a while." And Jon Favreau was like, "Yeah, that's what makes it funny." But yeah, he's like, "Yeah, well, now I'm about it." Like, yeah, that's how that happens. All right. So good stuff. Mandalorian keeps being a masterpiece. All right.
Fucking finale is going to be insane. I hope we get a nice hour and a half long finale.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted to be 6 hours long.
Yeah.
I'll sit
there the whole time. 8 hours. Let's go. Well, speaking of masterpieces, so Vulsker.
Yeah.
You have recently purchased a game that you have been looking forward to for quite some time. We've even talked about it here on the show, talked about the fact that you could customize your genitals. So tell us.
I mean, we got to live out our dreams of being Ron Jeremy one way or another.
Exactly. So before
what?
So that's the dream.
I mean, he got to do that and still eat a lot of junk food and not care about his physique. So, I mean, it's not half bad.
I guess that is the dream, huh?
The hedgehog.
Oh my god. Yeah, so unfortunately, you know, I haven't got to put too many hours into it over the weekend. I'm probably going to dive into after this show, and I'm off tomorrow. So I'm about 4.5 hours in, played it. A couple things. Let's talk about the character creation. Very in-depth, very intuitive.
So my primary concern How many big dongs and tits are running around?
So
I mean, I just imagine it's gotta be ridiculous.
I have not seen any
Oh man,
other than
okay.
your
Wow.
creation. There is a glitch that actually has people's dicks popping out of their pants mid gameplay.
I heard about that.
The customization of your dong and shit, honestly, it's just like length, pubic
Okay.
hair. You can get pubic hair color, tits. You can make your dude have nothing or vagina.
Okay.
Like, you can tell they put it in there to allow people to really get true in depth of creating who they wanted to or how like express themselves.
Okay.
But when you get to like the cybernetics, the tattoos and shit, like that's where it really shines. I'd say, I'd say it's probably just as good as the City of Heroes character creator, where you just got a lot of different options. There's like 50 different fucking hairstyles you want, like tattoos all over the place. Then you have, your schlong and like shit. So that's really cool. The gameplay is awesome. The game is fucking beautiful. Now, you guys have probably heard there's huge concerns. People with the Xbox and a PS4 are literally getting like 20 to 22 frames per second because they went so far and beyond. Those two systems are not running it. That's where all the major concerns are. Now, Witcher 3 was like that when it came out. After about 5-6 months of patching, they were able to get a masterpiece running like you've never even seen. So I think that's going to happen, but they should have just canceled the PS4 and Xbox One version and just went all next gen. This is a next gen game. People are complaining, well, it's been 8 years, 8 years. Yeah, well, what happens as technology changes in 8 years? They set their bars even higher. And CD Projekt Red likes to exceed their bar. And they did it so well that these systems are literally like, don't buy it if you're trying to play it on a regular Xbox One or PS4. Like, have the Pro, have the One X, or preferably at least have the 5 or Series X.
Okay.
PC, I haven't run into really any issues. I had a couple glitches the night, but there was another patch. It's like the new Crisis. Even with the 3080, you have to tweak a shit ton to even get 60 frames per second. It is eating people's high-end machines like no other. And it's not because of optimization. It's because the fucking amount of detail in this game is insane. The fog, the reflections, all the neon lights, like you put this compared to something like Watch Dogs, it's night and day. Even the new Watch Dogs that came out, like it is awesome. The RPG elements are in depth as hell. So yeah, it's a first person shooter. Yeah, it's kind of, you see like the little Division bullet spongy, but it's a first person shooter RPG. And it is a full RPG. You customize your weapons, you customize your attributes, you have attribute trees. Depending on what abilities you choose, then that unlocks trees to other ones. Like, it is a full-fledged RPG. The driving, just as good as GTA 5. I know that was some concern. I have no problem with it. Like, one of the early missions, you actually have like you in first person, like hanging out of your car while your buddy drives, and you're fucking like capping vans coming by and shit. Super sweet. You can kill people and toss them in like garbage cans or your trunk to hide the dead body, so people can't be alerted. Melee weapons, like I can go on and on. Like, this game is awesome, and I haven't even got to Keanu yet, because it takes 6.5 to 7 hours to even get to Keanu and the title screen. That's the intro to the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's like a whole game.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a whole Resident Evil game.
Right?
Before you get to... Wow, okay.
Yeah. It's just, it's awesome, though.
So it's
There's-
Keon no joke, huh?
That was
It's-
interesting too.
got them dad jokes. I would say this. I know you're not a huge first person shooter fan. I would recommend it to you, D. You like in-depth RPGs, you like really sci-fi crazy shit. This game is awesome.
But no melee? I mean, you can't make a cyber ninja or nothing? You gotta...
I'm running around with a fucking katana, slicing people's head off and shit.
All right. Okay. I mean, I don't have a system that'll run it. I don't think my PC, if it's struggling with...
You could probably run it on low.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
I'm stuck on playing old shit right now.
Hey, I mean,
That's my bread and butter.
you're speed running 14-minute games, you know.
Yeah, well, I got to get down to 13 minutes, 14 seconds. All right. So, all right. Well, if we a scale from 1 to 10, where are we at here, Vulsker?
9.5.
9.5.
But a quickness.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
I was like, it's not quite a 10 yet. Witcher 3 is still my, Witcher 3 and Persona 5 are still my top oh my God, role-playing games, RPGs, but this is definitely up there. And like I said, I'm only 4 hours. That can fucking change.
Mm-hmm,
You know, when I hit the 100-hour mark and all this fucking crazy shit. But it's awesome. And I applaud them for taking a random old ass pen and paper game that has its cult following and turning it into a world like this. And this is without any of the DLC or anything yet. They're getting full blown expansion packs in a year or two that are probably going to be 20, 30 hours, just like Witcher. Like, this game is going to be a beast on its own.
Think it'll overtake GTA 5?
No, only because, well, let me backtrack that. Not yet, but they are doing a full-blown multiplayer game that it will be free, coming as an add-on next year, depending on how that plays.
Right now.
All right. Well, I'm glad. I know you went through some agita waiting for that game to get here and getting all the news is about the release dates getting pushed back and all that jazz. So glad that you're able to get it and enjoy it. And you heard it here on the Omega Level Nerds podcast, 9.5 out of 10 for Cyberpunk 2077. All right, good stuff. Thank you, Vulsker. Appreciate that very much.
Oh, I do have one thing to say.
Yes.
For all the fucking people complaining about how it's running on systems, you go back 2 months ago and fucking all those rioting threaten to show up at their developer's house and kill them and shit because they won't release it. This is what you fucking get.
That's true. That's true. Seems a little much, but that's true. People were rioting, wanting it to...
They were calling them, threatening to fucking kill them.
Crazy. Wow.
Yeah, like, okay. Oh, let's release it. And single-handedly, they have fucking hit the green in 24 hours on sale. They earned their development cost back the first day of release.
Okay, well, I guess that wasn't such a bad idea then, huh? Nice. Wow. All
It's
right.
only just one version of it.
There's no crazy shit. You can get it on GOG, Epic, or Steam. You get free digital goodies. All the DLC, other than expansions, will be free next year. They don't play that shit.
I'm buying it right now.
Damn. Oh. You hear that, CD Projekt Red? See, we sold a game for you. I mean, it was to one of our own people, but hey.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what you think, man.
Give us some sponsorship. All right. Good stuff. So there we go. All right. Well, before we leave you guys, let's go ahead. Let me look at my email from my local comic book shop, Comics Are Go. so we can see what is coming out in the comic shop this week for you. We'll start with DC Comics. Amethyst, number 6 of 6. Aquaman, number 66. Batman, 105. Batman's Grave, number 12 of 12. Catwoman, number 28. Dark Knight Death Metal, number 6 of 7. Green Lantern, Season 2, number 10 of 12. Justice League, 58. Nightwing, 77. Rorschach, number 3 of 12. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, number 107. Superman, number 28. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Crisis on Infinite Earths, 1. And Teen Titans Endless Winter Special, number 1. Image Comics, Big Girls, number 5. Bomb Queen Trump Card, number 4 of 4. Commanders in Crisis, number 3 of 12. Decorum, number 6. Head Looper, number 14. Kick-Ass vs. Hit Girl, number 2 of 5. Actually reviewed that for Superhero Speak. Or no, I reviewed the first one. Post Americana, number 1 of 6. Savage Dragon, number 255. 7 to Eternity, number 15. Solid Blood, number 17. Stillwater by Zdarsky and Perez, number 4. And Walking Dead DLX, number 5. IDW Comics, we have Lock and Key in Pale Battalions Go, number 3 of 3. Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning, number 2 of 4. Now to the Masters. Marvel Comics, Black Cat, number 1. Captain America, number 26. Deadpool, number 9. Fantastic Four, number 27. Immortal Hulk, number 41. Iron Man, number 4. King in Black, Immortal Hulk, number 1. Magnificent Miss Marvel, number 17. New Mutants, number 14. Savage Avengers, number 16. Star Wars, Darth Vader, number 8. Symbiote Spider-Man, King in Black, number 2. Taskmaster, number 2 of 5. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, number 2 of 4. And that is actually a black and white comic, except for the blood. And X-Force, number 15, which I will be getting in my pool list. Looks like I will have the pleasure. I saw a preview, and I'll have the pleasure of seeing Jean Grey interrogate Colossus like he's some sort of fucking villain. And not the best X-Men that exists. Anyway, my vitriol aside, that is what will be out for you guys on this Wednesday. So make sure you go to your local comic book shop and show them some love. All right, now, of course, our last segment here, we're going to see what you've been doing with your nerdy time. So, J100, let's start with you. What you been doing with your nerdy time?
This one's going to be easy. Not shit. I don't think I really did anything cool at all. I watched The Mandalorian.
There you go.
And watched the 100 a little bit. I've been watching sports YouTube videos.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been literally watching full iconic games. Michael documentaries. I don't know. It's been I'm going through like a weird metamorphosis right now mentally. I don't know what's going on. I have a lot of things going on, a lot of things that are not what I thought they were. I don't know. There's just so much going on. The nerdy stuff unfortunately took a hit, which sucks because I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy, and now I got to play Cyberpunk in like an hour, or however long. So hopefully I can get into something, but I don't know. I've been kind of out of it, to be honest. So
okay.
Basketball, Mandalorian, work. There you go.
All right. Makes sense. Vulsker, what about you? What have you been doing with your nerdy time?
Well, I can say right now, I'm happy to say, just kind of branching off of Jay with sports, the Steelers are getting their ass kicked by Buffalo. So think we can all celebrate that
Oh,
one.
that's awesome.
Outside of that, I got caught up with that big fucking massive pile of comics. So I am through the X of Swords.
Okay.
We gotta get ready to talk about what I think about that.
Yeah.
Read the what was it, the Null special where he actually made it. Like I was mentioning, yeah, the X-Men came in, they were like, oh, you guys need help, and then he's like starting to fucking throw all those demon like bat symbiotes at him, and then the symbiote all like on the floor merged and became like a quicksand sinking everybody. Like it's just getting off the wall.
What I had seen about that was cool was that so one of Null's entanglements back in the day was the Celestials, you know, these giant space gods. Well, now he's managed to defeat them and make symbiote versions of them, and they came down to Earth, right?
Yep.
But then Sentry comes in, and for those of you that don't know, Sentry is Marvel's equivalent of Superman, okay? And he straight gets into the fray and decapitates one of these symbiote space gods. And it's like, oh, well, that's Sentry for you. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And then he gets ripped and shredded into pieces.
Null destroys him.
Yeah.
And the thing is the Sentry, he's not exactly Marvel Superman because he has this thing called the Void inside of him, just a dark entity that can kind of make him flip his shit. In fact, Sentry himself is like schizophrenic. Like he's got mental illness.
Oh, you could hear it in his talk. Like he was all over the fucking place when he's talking. Like,
but Null is the king of the symbiotes, the king of darkness, the king of horrible shit. So the Void is now with the King in Black, Null. When you hear Sentry's name, just understand what kind of power we're dealing with.
Shit's about to go down.
So yeah, I hear what you're saying about that series. I should have picked that up.
I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I wonder if this might play into the darkness that they were teasing when Tony got his leg chopped off. Because the symbiote's like covering the earth and making it dark. But then you go to Venom 31 or whatever, like 2 weeks ago, when they got back out of the alternate timeline they were in, everything was starting to go pitch black. So I think that's kind of playing into setting that up. I could be wrong. Could be two separate story arcs, but I think that's coming kind of bouncing off of each other. Caught up with the Batman comics, which is cool. And outside of that, Cyberpunk, playing some Cyberpunk. Still getting on COD every now and then when I just like get off of work and want to take a breather and just shoot some shit up. And then outside of that, finished Parasite, the anime, finally. That was pretty interesting. And Mando, of course. And that, I would say, that would probably be it this week.
Okay, cool. Well, as far as me, obviously Mando, number 4 of the Juggernaut, which I just read, was pretty cool. Let you understand, it's just really kind of crazy. Like, he's the Juggernaut, but he kind of told the Demon of Cyttorak, like, no, I'm not just going to go destroy shit. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do, and you're still going to give me your powers. And he did, so that's interesting. Marauders.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, I'm the Juggernaut. I get my power from you, but I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. And
I don't just destroy shit you want me to. I'm the Juggernaut.
I don't listen to you, you red bucket head ass.
Comb your beard.
You don't tell me shit. Marauders number 16. As you can see, there's Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde. Messing up Sebastian Shaw. In fact, she had Lockheed take his eye.
Oh shit! So they just made her like a full-on legit pirate.
Well, she's captain. Yeah, she's
like
captain
she
of
dresses like a pirate.
Yeah,
now.
she's into it. Yeah, she's into it. I mean, she's going with it. They made her the Red Queen, and she's a captain of a boat that goes around and illegally distributes life-saving drugs and smuggles mutants out of countries that won't let them go home to Krakoa. I mean, so fuck it.
Fair point.
So that was a pretty cool. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, Sebastian Shaw actually killed Kate Pryde a while back ago, and finally she's got her comeuppance. Now she didn't kill him back. They're actually using him now because they're like, yeah, do you want us to tell the rest of the council what the fuck you did? No? Okay, cool. So here's how it's gonna go. So, let's snatch your fucking eye out first because you're not totally getting away with this.
Like Rocket. I'm gonna need that guy's eye.
Yeah, exactly. But what's funny though is, spoiler alert, there is kind of this dynamic though where he turned it around and was like, Kitty, I'm the reason that you no longer have to doubt if you're actually a mutant anymore. Because I killed you, they were able to resurrect you, which confirms that you're a mutant. So, look at me. I actually helped you. That's a pretty flimsy.
She still can't go through portals, though.
She can't, and I'm pretty sure that's something Krakoa is deliberately doing, and I think it's because she can phase. And so either Krakoa or Krakoa on the orders of Moira just don't want a phasing mutant just phasing around. Because remember, Moira, no one knows where she's at. She's at a secret no place within Krakoa, just chilling. And that's why they won't let precogs come back to life. Like, there's something afoot here.
I know somebody knows where she is.
Well, Charles Xavier.
Well, outside of Charles, because and we'll talk about this eventually in the X of Swords when Wolverine pulled his shit and tried to kill what's her face. It even mentioned that Moira was even killed in nowhere. So I think she even knows where she is.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, I remember that when they're talking, they were like, Kate, she's like, no, we need you here. Plus we're taking our portals. And she's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess she still can't go.
Yeah. Outside of that, been playing through Final Fantasy VI, speed running some Star Fox, trying to climb up that leadership board, and that's it. That's what I'm doing with my nerdy time.
Did you get one to post yet? Because I know you said your
I submitted one. I got
breaking one.
I submitted it. We'll see. It'll be like 13th place or something like that.
Out of what, thousands? Like, I think that's still good.
I assume it's weird because the Star Fox one only has like the top 15, but if you go to the Mega Man X speed runs, there's like hundreds in there. I'm like, so I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, I would assume that means out of all the people that ever run Star Fox,
that's
I'm
probably
up
thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people trying to do that shit. So it's
fun.
That's kind of good. That's legit.
It's fun. I like it. All right, well, hey, there we go. Another show in the books. I know it was a little long one, but boy, we had a lot to talk about.
So much content
in regards to what's coming out on Disney Plus, what Marvel movies and Star Wars movies are coming out, and casting, just all good stuff. Completely eclipses and overshadows anything that came out of fandom or this HBO Max announcements. Just Disney is just gonna dominate.
And the Steelers just had their second back-to-back loss.
Are you serious, boy? Okay, we might make a run of it here. All right, well that's it. That's all we got. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening or watching us on YouTube once it is uploaded. As always, peace and love, and we'll talk to you again soon.